Progressive past using while and when. Definition: progressive past or past continuous is an action that continued in the past for some time. Example: I was doing researches on the net this morning. I started researches from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. So the action continued for 3 hours. So we call this tense past continuous or past progressive. I use while to join two continuing past actions taking place in the same time. Example: I was reading the Quran yesterday at 7 a.m. I was lying on bed yesterday at 7 a.m. The two actions were taking place at the same time, 7 a.m. So I want to join the two sentences. I use while. I say I was reading the Quran while I was lying on bed, or while I was reading the Quran I was lying on bed. After while I write was or were plus verb plus ing. I use when the continuing action is interrupted by a sudden action. Example: I was sleeping. A continuing action, past continuous. The clock rang. It is an interrupting action, simple past. Here the two actions were not taking place in the same time. I was sleeping happened before rang. I was sleeping is a continuing action. Rang is a sudden action. A sudden action is an action that happens suddenly and interrupted the first action. I want to join the two sentences. I say I was sleeping when the clock rang, or I start with when. I say when the clock rang I was sleeping. After when I use the simple past. I use while to join a continuing action with a sudden action. Example: she was cooking. A continuing action. She burned herself. An interrupting action. Here the two actions were not taking place in the same time. The first one happened before the second one. I say while she was cooking she burned herself, or she burned herself while she was cooking. After while I write past continuous, then past simple. Exercise: fill in the gaps using when or while. I was using the phone. I dropped it. When or while. When. I was using the phone when I dropped it. A family was walking. It started raining. When or while. When, because started raining is a sudden action. The family was walking when it started raining. The babysitter was keeping the baby. His mother was working. When or while. While, because the two actions were taking place in the same time. The babysitter was keeping the baby. His mother was working. The two actions were in the past continuous. With past continuous I use while. She fell down. She was riding. When or while. When she fell down she was riding. Fell down is a sudden action. Fell down is the simple past, so after when I write the simple past. The lady was cleaning the dish or the dishes. She dropped a plate and broke it. While the lady was cleaning the dish, she dropped a plate and broke it. While was cleaning, past continuous. So I write while. After while, I write the past continuous. Now join the two actions using when or while. Example: the baby cry, the mother pray. The baby was crying while his mother was praying. Or while the baby was crying, his mother was praying. Join the actions with while. Nora read a book, Sarah play. While, use while. While Nora was reading a book, Sarah was playing. Or Nora was reading a book while Sarah was playing. After while, I write past continuous was or were plus verb plus ing. Now cutting the tomatoes or cook. The woman was cooking when she cut herself with a knife. Or when the woman cut herself with a knife, she was cooking. Girls study, I swing. While the girls were studying, I was swinging. Or the girls were studying while I was swinging. They have dinner. Someone knocked on the door. They were having dinner when someone knocked on the door. Or when someone knocked on the door, we were having dinner. After when, I write the simple past knocked, when someone knocked. He go downstairs, he fell down. When, use when, or join the sentences with when. He was going downstairs when he fell down. Or while he was going downstairs, he fell down. The grandmother tells a story, the children listen to her. While, use while. While the grandmother was telling a story, the children were listening to her. Or the grandmother was telling a story while the children were listening to her. Now keep in mind the following rules. I use while to join to continuing past actions. I use the past continuous after while. I use when before the sudden action. The sudden action is an action that happened suddenly and quickly. I use the simple past after when. The sudden action happened after a continuing past action.